The heart of nursing is not just in the skill of the hands, but in the readiness of the mind and the willingness of the spirit to step forward when others step back. Good day, everyone. I am Andrea Nicole A. Medallo, together with my groupmates Nicole Manuel, Mavi Mediodia, Lyndon Mirasol, and Sean Montoya from Group 3B BSN 3B will be presenting a research study entitled The Level of Readiness and Willingness of Student Nurses to Respond to Emergency Situations.
The purpose of this study was to determine whether nursing students feel adequately prepared to respond to health emergencies, as well as to identify gaps in education, emotional readiness, and perceived competence that may limit their participation. Specifically, it sought to assess their knowledge and willingness to intervene in emergencies outside controlled hospital settings, where resources, equipment, and supervision may be limited. Ultimately, the study aimed to bridge the gap between theoretical training and actual practice, ensuring that nursing students are equipped with competence, confidence, and composure in diverse public emergencies.
The study used two standardized survey questionnaires. The Emergency Reaction Questionnaire was used to measure readiness, consisting of 30 items rated on a 5-point Likert scale. The Emergency Onlooker Response Survey, based on the Extended Parallel Process model, was used to measure willingness, consisting of 20 items rated on a 9-point Likert scale.
The participants were 254 nursing students from Level 2, 3, and 4 enrolled in a local university in Bacolod City during the second semester of the academic year 2025 to 2026. From a total population of 698 students, a total of 254 students were taken as the sample size. Level 2 with 100 participants, Level 3 with 86, and Level 4 with 68. Participants were selected using stratified random sampling, followed by simple random sampling via a wheel of names to ensure proportional and unbiased representation.
We shall now proceed to the results and discussion section. This section is designed to address our primary objectives, starting with the demographic profile. The sample population was predominantly female at 70.9%, with males comprising 29.1%. With regards to year level, most participants were from Level 2, accounting for 39.4%, followed by Level 3 students at 33.9%, and Level 4 students at 26.8%. Regarding the type of training completed, 20.9% of the participants had completed basic life support training, and only 0.4% undergone medical management training.
Moving on to the level of readiness. Our data indicates a consistent trend across all demographic subgroups. The overall mean score for readiness was 2.60, which categorizes the participants within a moderate level of readiness. When grouped according to demographic profiles, by sex, females yielded a mean of 2.62, while males followed closely at 2.57. By academic level, notably, levels 2, 3, and 4 all maintained a consistent mean of 2.62. However, a specific deviation was observed regarding the type of training. While general readiness remains moderate, students evaluated on medical management specifically yielded a mean of 2.40, signaling a low level of readiness in that domain. Despite this, the findings suggest that students' readiness is not significantly influenced by their sex, academic level, or previous first aid training.
For the level of willingness across the entire sample population, the total mean score was 3.24, representing a moderate level of willingness to respond during emergencies. When grouped according to sex, the data showed a slight difference, with females at 3.25% and males at 3.21%. Regarding academic status, Level 2 students exhibited the highest readiness, followed by Level 4 students and Level 3 students. Despite minor variation across levels, all participants maintained moderate readiness. For the type of training, participants with a background in both BLS and medical management had a mean of 2.37, indicating a high level of willingness to engage in emergencies. Ultimately, the data suggests that nursing students, regardless of sex, academic level, and type of first aid training, demonstrate moderate willingness.
For the relationship between the level of readiness and nursing students, statistical analysis demonstrates that their readiness is not significantly influenced by their demographic profiles. Specifically, the results for sex and year level remained above the significant threshold, indicating no substantial variance in readiness between these groups. Furthermore, the type of training completed likewise showed no significant association with the student's perceived preparedness. The results indicate that sex, academic level, and types of training were not statistically significant. Since all p-values exceed the 0.05 threshold, the data failed to reject the null hypothesis, suggesting that students' willingness is not significantly associated with their demographic characteristics.
Analysis revealed that the level of willingness among nursing students to respond to emergency and disaster situations is not significantly influenced by demographic variables. Specifically, the data yielded non-significant results for sex and type of training, indicating that these factors do not dictate a student's intent to act. Furthermore, although year level approached the statistical threshold, it failed to demonstrate a significant association. The results indicate that sex, academic level, and types of training were not statistically significant. Since all p-values exceed the 0.05 threshold, the data failed to reject the null hypothesis, suggesting that students' willingness is not significantly associated with their demographic characteristics.
Regarding the primary correlation of this study, the statistical analysis revealed a weak, non-significant relationship between the level of readiness and the willingness of nursing students to respond to emergency situations. Consequently, the null hypothesis cannot be rejected, suggesting that the students' perceived readiness does not significantly influence their willingness to respond in emergency situations. This indicated that readiness does not necessarily influence willingness, suggesting that these two variables may operate independently.
The study concluded that nursing students possess a moderate level of readiness and willingness that remains statistically independent of their sex, year level, or training history, highlighting a significant gap where technical skill does not automatically translate into the intent to act.
As the study progressed, several aspects emerged that could be explored in future research. Based on the findings and conclusions, the recommendations may be beneficial to the following sectors. For the school administrators, it is recommended to integrate high-fidelity simulations and certified community training into the curriculum while prioritizing student safety policies. For the clinical instructors, to integrate emergency drills into clinical duties and teach threat appraisal to balance ethical duty with safety.
For the student nurses, voluntary participation in disaster simulations and emergency exposures is encouraged in order to build the emotional resilience needed for a confident response. For the parents, it is necessary to provide emotional validation and encouragement to help students overcome the high-pressure risks associated with emergency care. It is recommended for future nurses to conduct longitudinal studies comparing different clinical settings to identify which experiences most effectively bridge the readiness-willingness gap. For the references, you may scan the QR code shown on the screen. And this concludes our research presentation. Thank you once again for your attention, and we hope our findings shed light on the importance of both skill and spirit in nursing. May we continue to empower the next generation of nurses to not only be ready, but to be brave. Thank you once again.